Rupee opens at a record low of 81 rupees and 9 paise now against a US dollar. The rupee slides past the 81 mark for the very first time. We have my colleague Sakshi joining us. Sakshi, it was 80.28 yesterday and now we're seeing it's more than 81 rupees to a dollar.
That's right. Another day, another record low for the rupee. The rupee now, crosses the 81 to the dollar mark. Fresh record low for the rupee. This is the weakest ever opening for the rupee at 81 rupees to the dollar. Of course, yesterday everyone was saying that there is a weaker rupee in sight. Remember, we were saying 81 to the dollar is in sight after a fresh record low closing as well for the currency. So of course, currency concerns now mounting. This of course came after the Fed rate hike, an aggressive rate hike, and also projections of further rate hikes to battle inflation. Now, what does a weaker rupee mean for us? It means our imports become more expensive. And, of course, it also means that a weaker rupee will now, experts believe, also look at, impact how our domestic markets are performing. Of course, FI have also been selling. So there are various factors that are at the moment pressurizing the currency. NDTV has, of course, time and again been told by sources that the RBI will intervene, will avoid knee-jerk reactions for the currency. So more is awaited on that. But of course, 81 to the dollar now is the new normal. And we'll have to wait and watch on how we can tackle and what measures will be taken to look at strengthening the currency.
Right, Sakshi, what's led to this drastic fall that we're seeing, the lowest that we've seen the Indian rupee against the dollar, in fact, and of course, if you just take us through the kind of decline we've seen, about 6 to 7 rupees since the start of this year.
That's right. And also what we've seen is predominantly we've seen the dollar index surge. It has soared over a 2-decade high. And of course, that has led to our currency weakening against it. Now, this is not just, the rupee alone. We have obviously seen global currencies as well face some pressure. Remember, Putin's comments, put pressure on the UK pound, which tumbled to a 37-year low. So, of course, global currencies at this time and markets, for various reasons, of course, the risk of recession also being mentioned for global economies is now, which is what is going to be impacting the currency and the equity markets. So when you talk about factors alone, Divya, we've also seen, of course, we've seen the consistent rise in oil prices. Right now, of course, the trajectory over there is limited. But oil and the dollar index predominantly are the two factors. And the third factor really is the FI net outflows, right? The selling pressure there. While that is, of course, recent, all of these factors culminate and really are pressurizing our currency at the moment.
Right. Sakshi, thank you for getting us all those details.